What is up, guys? The Jedi here, and today we're going to be talking about the Steelers versus the NFC South Conference of the NFL. If you don't know what the NFC South Conference is, it's a conference, a part of the NFL. I will just show you guys after I'm getting done. Well, actually, no, after I get done with this Pirates review. To actually start off with this, Pirates are playing today, and honestly, I will not see this game, unfortunately. But yeah, they're playing against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Um, they had a good time with the Tigers. They swept them. They got swept down by the White Sox. But before the break, they won against the Twins, but they went 8-1. No, 1-8 versus the teams that they played. They played the Royals. They got swept. They played the Seattle team, the stupid Seattle team with a stupid name. They've lost to them, and then they've lost to the Twins 1-2. But at least they won before going to the break. Paul Skees was nominated as the player to advance to the All-Star game at the time being of this month. But the All-Star games is over for the MLB, and now we're back to where we have resumed. The Pirates sweeping a team, which is the Tigers. The last time the Pirates swept the Tigers, or no, the Tigers swept the Pirates, excuse me. Let's see when the last time the Pirates played the Tigers. I know they played them at some point, or I might be mistaking them. Oh no, I don't think they played them at all. Oh, I know they did, but the Pirates, they've actually won the series versus the Tigers. So back in June of this month, June 17th to 19th, they actually had a doubleheader. The Pirates won one of those games, and they swept the Tigers just yesterday. So the Pirates win the total of 4-2 of this series versus the Tigers. So let's look at the stats from yesterday and the last two games. So let's start off with this one. They shut them out with a similar record as them. So, the Pirates, they've been hitting RBI. So, Brian Reynolds, 2 RBIs. Spencer has a RBI. Everybody else got some hits. Some didn't. Jack Sawinski played. Tommy Pham played. Also, to let you know, they've gotten rid of Adam Frazier, which I did not want him to leave. And then Skees got his win. He had 6 strikeouts. He had no errors. And he had 3 of his pitch hits. Well, I said pitch hits. His pitch throws got hits. 3 got hit. But he got his win, and it was secured. So, let's move on to game 2. Pirates won by 4. Yeah, by 4. RBIs, no homers. Mitchell Keller had 3 errors, 5 strikeouts, and the rest helped secure the win. And the Tigers just did their thing. And then last night, Pirates actually held them to just 1 point and prevented a comeback. So they went up. They scored in the first 3 innings and then held them to just 1 point. So, Also, Spencer and McCutcheon, they score homers. So the Pirates scored some homers, and they scored. Actually, Spencer actually scored RBIs and a homer at the same time. Okay. And the rest of the Pirates just did their thing. Alrighty. And the Pirates will have the Diamondbacks today. So we will see how they will deal with the Diamondbacks after destroying them in Arizona. And just to let you know, the Pirates are still in last place. No need to axe if you're a Pirates fan. The Pirates are 29-24 at home. They're 13-37 away. They also got the Colorado Rockies on the 1st of August, which I am kind of invested to see, but I can't. I cannot watch Pirates games as much. I mean, I can whenever they're available to watch in the area that I'm in. Like I said, I am in the eastern side of Pennsylvania, like where Philadelphia is. Well, I should say in Philadelphia. And therefore, yeah, I can only see the Pirates when they play like a team like, I guess, New York or something. But I can't really see a bunch of Pirate games. That's just how it is. But if I was able to see a Pirates game, I will actually watch it. I will watch it, even if they're bad. The Rockies, on the other hand, they're not looking so good. They're 26-76. They're 14-38 at home. They're 12-38 away. But they are doing okay, though. They're just not as what the Pirates are in the process. Like the Pirates, they're playing teams that are tough, such as their division opponents, their state rival, their bitter rival, I should say. I think the Mets, between the Mets and the Yankees, they're the bitter rivals of the Pirates and the Tigers. But the Mets, Phillies, and the Cardinals, and the Tigers, they all got swept. So the Pirates have swept 4 teams this year. While the Phillies, they're not really doing as much good either as well. They're in second place, but they've had a little struggle against the Reds. The Red Sox, and then the Angels. The Angels, honestly, they actually had a little struggle against the the California teams in general. So they went 1-2 versus the San Francisco 49ers. They went 1-2 versus the San Diego Padres. And then at home, coming from the break, they went 1-2 versus the Angels. And then yesterday they went, actually I would say 2 days ago, they went 1-2 versus, or no, they went 1-2 versus the Red Sox. So they're doing okay. They're just not bashing in the wins that they should be getting. And then they got the Yankees today. So, and it's in New York. And then they got the White Sox too. And then the Tigers. And that's kind of it. They got the Twins. But if you look at the Phillies overall, they're in second place. They're actually in a finesse battle against the Mets. They're 58-44 while the Mets are 59-44. Let's see the Mets game today. They're playing the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, not the New York Giants. But yeah, they're playing San Fran today at 10:15 p.m. as you see on the screen. They got them again tomorrow at 9:05 p.m. Then Sunday at 7:10 p.m. So, and then they got the Padres. So they're in. And then they got the Giants again. So they're in California for the next 6 games. And then I got the Phillies on September the 8th to clarify. Oh, it's a 4-game header from September 8th to September 11th. So they will get a shot at that, and then that will probably do it. The last game is on the 28th versus the Marlins. Okay. But yeah, the Pirates. I'm really stoked for the Pirates and this Rockies team. We just gotta see if, they pull it off. But all games aside for baseball, let's get with. Matter of fact, I did want to show you the NFC South. So let me actually show you the NFC South. Alright, so this is the NFC South. You got the Buccaneers, Panthers, Saints, and Falcons. I have a friend of mine that's a Falcon fan, and one of my family members is a Panthers fan. So, yeah, there's some history going on between the Steelers and this conference in the NFL. So, yep. Let's look at the preseason first. We'll get with the regular season. Okay. The Steelers, they are 10-11 in preseason versus the Panthers. And this lets you know, let's look at the Steelers' schedule. And no, you might hear some noise in the background. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but bear with me of the noise in the background, whether it's outside my house or like in the house or in the background of the house. Just bear with me. Oh, no. Steelers schedule. Let's look at the Steelers schedule. They got the Buccaneers this preseason, and they got the Panthers this preseason as well. They also got Jacksonville, but I'll talk about I guess the Jacksonville and Steelers rivalry another time whenever it gets more intense. Right now it's not intense right now, but the Buccaneers and the Panthers, these are the teams, and the Buccaneers are a playoff team, so I'm kind of a little afraid that they might lose against this team right here, and I will actually talk about that in a minute. But the Panthers, they haven't played the Panthers since 2021, and the last time they did play the Panthers blew them out, which I will also get into. But we'll keep this aside and talk about why I'm explaining the rivalry between the Steelers and the NFC South Conference. So moving forward. Like I said before, Steelers 10-11 in preseason versus Panthers. Carolina leads it for the moment. For the Steelers at their home turf during the preseason versus these Panthers, they're 6-14 at home. They're 4-7 away. Panthers are on a current win streak 2 in North Carolina, and they will play them again in Carolina. And then Steelers, they're 14-2 in the preseason versus the Buccaneers. Pittsburgh leads it. They're 2-0 at home. They're 2-1 away. They've also played in the Hall of Fame versus the Buccaneers, which they lost. But the Steelers, they're on a current win streak 2. Basically 2 wins. Should finish the line there. Okay. I like how I just paused and didn't say anything for a moment. Alright, but now I regained it. Alright, so let's look at the Steelers versus Panthers 2021, because that was the last time they played them. In their preseason game, the Panthers defeat the Steelers by a score of 34-9. It was played on August 27, 2021 at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, again, and also the Steelers were on their way to, they were undefeated at the time of this preseason as well until the Panthers came and destroyed them. So, now let's look at the Buccaneers, who I despise the most. I really don't like Tampa Bay. But in this preseason game, the Steelers beat the Buccaneers 27-17. So, this was the first game, actually. They will play the Buccaneers the second game in this current preseason that's about to happen in a month or so. Well, in a span of weeks. Training camp is starting now. What was I going to say? I forget it. But, okay, back to this, though. But, the Steelers, they lead against the Buccaneers, and they can try to get their 11th win versus the Panthers in preseason. Again, Panthers are currently winning. They're actually on a 2-win streak in North Carolina. So can the Steelers destroy the Panthers streak and get their 11th win? And then the Steelers, they've also have not lost against the Falcons in preseason. They're 9-0 in preseason versus the Falcons. My friend, you know who you are. If you're watching this video and you seeing this right now, sorry to blast this in your face, or to any Falcon fan that's watching this. But I do respect the Falcons. Actually, no, I don't. I don't respect the Falcons. But, yeah, sorry to those that are Falcon fans. The Steelers are 5-0 at home. They're 4-0 away. Steelers lead 9 straight wins. A 9 straight win streak without a loss. And I have nothing to really say for it that the Falcons, I mean, they have played the Steelers competitively. As you look at the recent history, well, not history, the recent scores during their time in preseason games. But in addition, let's go to the Saints. The Steelers are 9-3 in preseason versus Saints. And, of course, Pittsburgh leads. They're 1-0 at home. They usually play their games either away at other stadiums or in that Superdome stadium that's in New Orleans. But yeah, they're 6-3 away though versus the Saints, whether it's in their Superdome when they play or if it's at another stadium. Also, they're 2-0 in the Hall of Fame games versus the Saints. So let's check the regular season. Steelers lead the Panthers all time. They're 4-0 at home. They're 3-1 away. Steelers are on a 7-win streak versus Panthers since 1996. The Steelers lead 12-2-1 versus the Falcons. The Steelers are 7-0 at home with a tie. They are 9-2 away at the Falcon Stadium. Steelers are also on a 5-win streak versus the Falcons since 2006. I mean, this is one-sided. I have no reason to... Yeah, it's one-sided. I can't really say anything about that. Again, sorry to all the Falcon fans. You can hate me all you want, but it's true. That's the history right there. And what I'm actually showing right now is actually proof from from the webs that I've looked on and copy pasted this on here. But this is in my own typing pace. But Steelers, they're 8-9 all-time versus Saints. They're 4-3 at home. They're 6-4 away. Seems like they play good away at the Superdome than they do at home. Steelers' last win was in 2022 in Pittsburgh versus Saints. That was their first time winning since 2006. The Steelers lead 10-2 all-time versus Buccaneers. Another one-sided game, but it could get better if the rivalry gets competitive or intense. The Steelers lead 4-1 at home. They lead 6-1 away. Steelers are on a 2-win streak versus the Buccaneers since 2014. While they're on a 2-win streak in preseason. So, let's see how the Steelers do this preseason. And also on top of that, to show you, and I kind of made this myself yesterday, the Steelers reaching over the NFC South. I might have said this wrong. Sorry. Pittsburgh is actually 18-6 all-time versus the NFC South in the regular season, which is actually true. I mean, despite the wins that they have versus them, I mean, I showed you the records already and stuff. And the provided text focuses on the Pittsburgh Steelers' historical performance against teams within the NFC South Division, which they had. They had their fair share versus the Falcons. They had their fair share versus the Saints. They had their fair share versus the Buccaneers and the Panthers. Well, the Panthers in preseason for the maximum part, but the Falcons back in the 2000s, they had something. And then they had the Buccaneers. So, yep, yeah. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's basically about it. That's about it. Now, I don't know the exact overall for the preseason against the NFC South, but for the regular season, the Steelers are 18-6-1, which is that tie. And that's against the Falcons. So, again, the Steelers are playing the Panthers, the Buccaneers. So, we will see how they progress. Hopefully, they can get this 11th win against the Panthers. And hopefully, they can go 3-3 at home against the Buccaneers. So, yeah. And I'm kind of this out of stuff to really talk about. But forget me rambling. As your host, the Jedi is out. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.